Phillipsburg Town Council Meeting, June 26, 2024. Sandra Morrisette speaks during the Comments on Agenda Items portion of the Town Council meeting. She speaks against the warehouse and asks 3 simple questions. What consistency plan is the basis for the warehouse ordinance that the Council is voting on? What environmental study pertains to the current ordinance that is being voted on? What traffic study pertains to the current ordinance that is being voted on? Council either would not or could not answer these questions. Sandra said the public has a right to know the above information before Council votes on this new warehouse ordinance.
Sandra Morrisette, 5 Fairview Heights. I've had the privilege of meeting many of the residents now on Mercer Street over the past few months with my husband. Many of these residents are now my friends. In fact, they will be invited to dinner soon. Because of the friendships that have developed, the warehouse ordinance, Ordinance 2022-14, is personal to me. Nobody we have met in this section of town wants a warehouse back on the Peron Howard Street property. Some of the comments that we have heard are, if they build a warehouse, the town is going to sandwich us between 2 industrial sites, with McWane ductile pumping lead, chromium, arsenic, and other toxic chemicals in the air, and then putting truck fumes from a warehouse on our other side. As we know, the prevailing wind blows from the west to the east, right across the Delaware River, and will blow the fumes directly into that Mercer Street area, also known as the Flats. They have said warehouses on the Peron Howard Street property will hurt their property values because not all down there are transient or renters. They consider this a sign that the members of the town government do not care about them if the town allows a warehouse to be built on the Peron Howard Street property. I've heard some council members say they represent all the residents of Phillipsburg. You too, Mayor. And that means the residents in this overburdened community, which the area of the flats near Peron Howard Street property qualifies as. Please stand up for those residents of the flats in Phillipsburg and vote no on the Warehouse Ordinance 2024-14. And some final questions before I leave. And I realize you may not be able to answer them at this time, but I'm hoping you will answer them at some point. Exactly what specific concept plan are you using as the basis for this ordinance? Exactly what type of warehouse is being contemplated? Because right now there are 3 different sizes out there, so that's more than a bit confusing. And exactly what are the traffic patterns and impacts? Not to mention, has there been an environmental study to determine how much fumes are going to contribute towards asthmatic rates within the town? The public does have a right to know this information before Council votes on this Ordinance 2024-14. I also want to point out that the agenda...
Sandra,
Thank you.
Thank you very much.